Wonder if the left would condemn what Rand Paul experienced last night after he and his wife tried to walk back to their hotel after the final night of the RNC. Here was, now remember, Rand Paul had part of his lung removed after he had some hideous encounter with a monster neighbor from hell who physically attacked Senator Paul when he was mowing his lawn, supposedly over a dispute about yard clippings. Yeah, this guy beat Senator Paul so badly, and he wound up with all kinds of complications from broken ribs and had part of his lung removed. So Rand Paul knows a thing or two about being a victim of violent crime. Here's Senator Rand Paul this morning on Fox and Friends talking about what he went through last night trying to leave the White House.
Yeah, my wife and I, it was horrific. We had two women with us who were friends of ours. We had looked out, we came out of the speech
at the White House.
We looked into the street. Our hotel was only right across the street from the White House, but we couldn't go because the mob was already chasing people down that chose to go out that exit. So the Secret Service says, get on a bus and ride to the Trump Hotel. So we got on a bus. It took 45 minutes to get through all the mobs. We get there safely, and then we say we'll get an Uber to go all the way back where we came from, and we wanted to be dropped off at the hotel. But as we got close to it, the streets were blocked and no one would let us through.
He went on to talk about what it feels like to have a mob surrounding you by just a couple of police officers trying to protect you.
And what happened is there was 2 blocks, and I regret that I made this decision, but I said we're going to walk the 2 blocks. We walked 1 block, but as we walked 1 block, we could see some police in the distance, but we also saw a mob of about 30 people marching and yelling. They all of a sudden saw me right as we got to the policeman, fortunately, or I don't think we'd have survived. We got to the policeman, and the policeman, I don't think, recognized me. And as they came closer, they were shouting my name, and the crowd doubled to 60. And then it doubled again to 120. And as they were surrounding us, and it got closer and closer, and everybody kept pushing back, the policemen were forming a barricade with their bodies. I whispered to the policeman, they know who I am. You've got to get reinforcements. It's going to get worse. He called for reinforcements, but we didn't get any reinforcements. We waited, but the crowd was getting bigger and bigger and pushing in. They were yelling threats. They were trying to push the police over to get to me. They were grabbing at us. And it got worse and worse and worse. And then finally we decided to make a move. I said, we've got to move. If there's not going to be reinforcements, we have to try to get to the hotel, which was another block.
Senator Paul said that they were shouting threats to kill us, to hurt us. And then Senator Paul said something that was pretty profound about what he and his wife experienced last night outside the White House.
If the police are not there, if you defund the police, if we become Portland, if America becomes Portland, what's going to happen is people are going to be pummeled and kicked in the head and left senseless on the curb. That would have happened to us. I promise you, had we not had the D.C. police to support us, I mean, we are thankful that we have police, and we've got to wake up. We can't have the whole country. We can't have Joe Biden rule the country and have no police. I mean, we can't walk down the street in D.C. safely now. That's how bad it is.
What amazes me is that these demonstrators and violent people in the streets of America don't even realize how much damage they're doing to their chances of taking the White House. They don't even realize. I truly believe Americans are ready and are going to get this right on November the 3rd. This is what we're up against, and we can win.